What's happening, you beautiful people on the World Wide Web and the internet? Welcome back to the Ipaintcreatures YouTube channel. If you've never been here before, grab a creature cushion, like I like to say on my stream, twitch.tv Ipaintcreatures, and kick back and listen. And I'm showing you once again the creation of my original yokai. And yokai are strange spirits, Japanese folklore creatures, and I bring them into the 21st century because yokai basically means strange spirit, and so I love drawing things that expand the imagination and get your curiosity going, and are an exercise to stay in wonder and look at the magic in life, the things that we don't understand but we can embrace and enjoy their beauty and the provocative nature of things. And today I like to read a quote by Coco Chanel. And Coco says, "In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different." And so this reminds me of a great quote by the rock and roll promoter, the late great rock and roll promoter Bill Graham. And he said, "Don't be the best at what you do, be the only one that does what you do." And I think that's the whole philosophy of how I live my life and be creative. Took me a while over the years to find that pivot point and that centering in myself, but a lot of it was done through being creative, either writing poetry, creative writing, or thinking creative and recalibrating my imagination and my mind to be able see past the barriers and the lack and limitation. And where I go back to this Coco quote, to be irreplaceable, and I think that's something we all worry about, especially in our jobs or our relationships or the positions we get in life, and if some of the self-expression that we really enjoy in a job or a creative act or, like I said, a position, when that starts to end, we start to worry a little about what's going to happen, and a lot of it first, I think we've been trained, or some of our reptilian mind that still is just trying to survive and doesn't really know a difference between the ancient, kind of more primal world and the industrial world we live in. But being irreplaceable, kind of calms that worry, and the best way I like to do it, of course, going back to that Bill Graham quote, be the only one that does what you do. So go deep enough in yourself, and through a lot of creative activities, if it's just, getting outside and getting outside the normal what you do every day, to find yourself and, find that place where you're so original. And one way I measure it is, people always mention how my art is so unique and different, and they always point out when I'm in poetry circles that the poems I speak about and write are so diverse, and they change up all the norms of the mechanism, and I like playing with it. And basically what happens is you get in a zone that I got in, and one day this came to me very clear. It's like I'm really motivated to do the art that I do because I can't buy it in this world. Because most of our raised pretty complacent, and we call it laziness, and we're, kind of out of the zone in the mix of, who we truly came in this world to be. And it's a part of, evolving and rising and figuring out who you are. And so one of the things I came up, I was like, wow, I can't buy this art. And so then it helps motivate me a little bit more, stay a little more focused, and then tap into my originality, which makes me totally different. And, I always say we were raised, a lot of us, playing sports here in America and the States, and that unifies us. I mean, I still, reminisce on that principle of being able to put on my uniform and go out socially, and then arrive on the playing field and see other people in the same uniform as me, and that tied us together in the same way. Hip-hop culture means that much to me too. It's a way of finding common things in our fashion, the way we dress, the dance, the music, the poetry, the visual arts, and all symbols that, like mainly when I sell my art at like art fairs and stuff, I always reminisce. Like I just sold a piece, and I was telling the customer a little bit about, the name of the creature and the character and what he's about, and he really wasn't concerned with that, but he really identified when I started talking about, the details of the creature. He saw the creature had headphones, and he's like, I always wear headphones like that, and I'm always chilling. The creature also had a skateboard, and he's like, I love skateboarding. And so he really identified, through the art, the uniqueness of who he was. And I think the creature brings that out, because the creature is like telling stories in outer space. There's not a lot of rules of the way it's supposed to look or the way it's exactly supposed to be. So definitely I agree with you, Coco. And once again, Coco says, in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. To be different, you got to have courage, and you got to find that in yourself and get enough experiences out there, and I highly recommend doing art, not for the commercial aspect or the career, just doing it to please yourself. And if you love it and you get good at it, like visual art, definitely pursue something further, but definitely think different. Like the late great Steve Jobs reminded us, think different, and then you don't have to worry of being replaced, because you're irreplaceable. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for watching the shorts. If the shorts brought you in here, what I'm going to start doing on my videos, I'm working on a fantastic project that's bringing to life a lot of my characters and creatures. And so a lot of the feature videos on here are going to be breaking down the process of moving into the voice acting, meeting the voice actors, and lining them up to my creatures and telling a fantastic story. So I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.